Man. Now I'm gonna be that one uncle that's just gonna every time I come around, nephews and nieces know I got them. They're gonna be like, oh, it's on him. I'll be looking at them like they're crazy. I'm gonna attempt.
Have you ever been called uncle already, bro?
Nah, I legit. I
I be getting called unc, bro. That's not funny.
I do.
I'm only 19, bro. Like, I'm only 19. I haven't hit, let me hit 21 first, you know what I'm saying? Like, unc at 19 is wild, bro.
I got a nephew who's about to be in high school next year.
Yeah.
No cap. I'm unc status. He literally calls me unc. He be like, what you want, unc? Be like, man, you know, a regular day, just got off this 12-hour shift. Real deal be on unc status.
Bro, I was an unc before I was born, bro.
Damn,
You believe that?
came out the womb.
I came out the womb as an unc, bro. I got a niece that's older than me
Well, damn.
by like a year or two. So I came out the womb at unc status. I was like, came out old, bro.
I'd be hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Think about it, bro.
Jerk is coming home.
Not even just that too, but Lil Durk, he was just a product of his environment. His dad, right? Lil Durk?
Lil Durk.
He's a rapper. So just a regular rapper. Well, I ain't gonna say regular. One of the top rappers of Chicago. He's been that way for probably like damn near 10 years.
About a decade.
Yeah, about a decade. And I would say he's just a regular guy from his environment. Happens to be a product of it. And he was, you know, in them streets majority of the times. And the reason I say he was a product of it was his dad, he was already gone. He was doing time. But who his dad happens to be is one of the starters of a gang called the Gangsta Disciples. Like one of the original, like legit a starter of it. And he was just locked in ever since then.
Yeah, I did not know that.
He ends up taking off with this music, but could never leave them bows alone. And yeah, that boy Lil Durk, man, it just happens to be that it all caught up to him. Yeah, I can't speak on, okay, if I know him, if I this or that, or how much of a good dude he is.
Yeah.
How he'll be to me is a completely different way than he'll be to someone he loves or cares about.
Each their own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll probably have like a brief combo with him. Relate to this, relate to that, but I can't give you a perspective on it. Like I was like his son, his brother, his homeboy.
Right.
But yeah, Lil Durk, his whole case, his whole shabal, it ain't looking good. But it all starts though, you know. You got to be careful of the people you have around you.
Right. At all times. I wonder, like, one question I did have is, like, how do you feel like it affected, like, the main people around him and, like, also the people who do listen to him, too, you know?
The people who listen to him off the bat, they're already affected because these words that he's saying, they're relatable words. He talks about pain. He talks about coming up. Shoot, he talks about the feeling of actually coming up and being rich. So all these rich people relating, or at least, you know, attempting to relate. Freaking, but no one could really like relate in his shoes. Y'all know the charges he went down with? I'm pretty sure he went down with like a Rico.
Rico.
He done got smacked.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it has to do like with some dude, you know, some kingpin guy.
Yeah.
El Chapo would have went down for a Rico, you know, or
What's his name went down for Rico and came
Pablo Escobar.
and it was a rapper.
Young Thug.
Yeah, he went down for some Rico charges. Since I'm young, you know, they all went down and like they caught that Rico charge, and that was crazy too because like he was making good music for even a longer time. I feel like too, you know what I'm saying? So
he just has a funny name too, Young Thug. Like that's the only thing. It's like sometimes I think, okay, like he'd be cool to like bring to the youth, but then it's like, you know, my 4-year-old, 5-year-old, I want to be a Young Thug too. You know, it'd be like, it's cool, but
even with Young Thug and Lil Durk and whatnot, I feel, you know, their music does have an influence. Period. We all know that because without influence, you're not gonna have, the money that they're talking about, or you're not gonna have the power that they speak of. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with them being incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, that kind of greatly affected other people to feel like that's what happens when you try to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or that because they keep preaching in their songs like, oh, I came from the bottom, rags to riches, and all different types of stuff like that. But then they end up back in jail
Yeah.
at this top power. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I made it, but you just got smacked back down like that. And I feel like that really kind of like affects everybody, who listens to them, like really, like as a devotion. Because I know a lot of people who like love Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Love Miles, and so it's like I feel like they really affect like
Yeah.
how we think.
So like on the topic of jail, like me personally, I have a loved one that's incarcerated right now currently.
Right.
Like it's affecting me in different ways. So like speaking of jail, I just want to ask you guys like have you guys ever had a loved one that's been in jail and how did it affect you? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can recall one time, man. I was back in California in the Bay, and it was during school hours, man. So I got this call from the San Francisco County Jail, and I didn't know. I seen the voicemail, so I missed the call, and I was like, man, who's calling me? Who's calling me from jail? I'm like, what?
Mm.
And then I hear the line. It's my big brother. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I didn't even originally meet him. I didn't know him all my life, like, because my dad had a lot of kids. So when I found out about him, like maybe like a couple months prior to that, you know what I'm saying? He's from Oakland, just as me. And when he called, he was like, yeah, man, I'm down. I'm gonna be home soon. Hit me. And I felt it hurt me, bro. It hurt because it's like, man, this is my big brother. You know what I'm saying? This is someone I love, and he's, I don't know when he's gonna be getting out. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't even know when he's getting out. He's a repeated offender too. So I feel like it really affected me and how I was thinking because it made me go into a negative space. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I hate the police. You know what I'm saying? Or man, why does it happen to always us? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something that like that happened to me when my loved one went down. Whatever. What about you?
So a bunch of times, I probably got more people on my fingers than I could count.
Yeah.
But one of like my main like times I'd say affected me the most, my pops.
Right.
He's just been in and out the system a bunch. So all out, he's probably done like 11, but he did like 8, almost 9 straight. And I always knew like growing up, okay, like I got a pops. I seen pictures of him blue and like we look just alike. And I've even written him a couple times, but I would never know what to say really. I would just kind of just freestyle.
Yeah.
And my worst experience though dealing with like a loved one in jail was boom. I'm waking up, boom, I'm getting ready for school. I'm not knowing like all like the extra details and stuff at the time. But we hurry up. I'm just saying it's just a regular day. We get ready. Me not knowing, too much of the situation or this and this. Boom, we pull up to my school. Everything, it was just feeling like a normal day. Next thing you know, I think I was in like my second period. I get a call. I think, yeah, it was my dad's girl at the time. Her name was Jade. She gives me a call. He's like, hey, they just came and they arrested my dad at the school strictly because he dropped me off. But I guess, boom, like he was on the run. And it was a whole like bunch of stuff like that I didn't know about as a kid. I just know my dad just dropped me off at school. Now he just got locked up. And I'm thinking like, did he get locked up because he dropped me off? Was not like, what was the deal? I'm not knowing nothing. So yeah, it was cold. Being, or a loved one being incarcerated, it could have a toll on you for sure.
Yeah. At that time, did you feel like, well, when you didn't know that it was like your fault at all? You're like, oh man, since he dropped me off, it's my fault. He got
Low key, yeah.
Yeah.
Low key, I hella felt like that.
Yeah. Do you feel like that was part of like the effect of having an incarcerated loved one? Or
For sure, yeah. For sure. It was just like, boom, like I don't remember what the plans could have been, but it's like, we could have been talking about some plans for after school. I was gonna go about the day, go get some lunch, anything, and boom. Second period. Oh yeah, your dad locked up again. Like,
right.
And he been locked up before, so it's like so many things that go through my head. Like, okay, like how long? How's this? How's that? And if I'm not with my pops, I was just gonna have to be with his girlfriend at the time. Like my whole like living situation, everything changed right when I got that call. It's like, oh shoot. But yeah, that for sure could affect somebody.
Yeah, for me, it's Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. My dad, he's like kind of been like in and out of jail. And like, it's kind of like I kind of grew up with him in jail. So like, it's kind of like felt like regular kind of sort of him just like being in jail, or he's coming right back. You feel me? Well, he's in jail, like he'll be right back a couple years, but a couple years is a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's time.
Yeah, like
you think it's short.
yeah, I think he thinks like, oh, he's coming back, he'll be right back, but it's time, and I actually like went through things and times I wish I had my dad, but for me, I couldn't. For me, call him. Sometimes my mom would let me call him, shit like that. I mean, stuff like that. But you feel me? Yeah, it kind of like drifted me away from him. So like when I do talk to him, it's kind of like I can't really talk to him because for me, it's like it don't hit the same. Like over the phone, it's like, but we still talk. You feel me? But it's just like
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The cost of living too, you know what I'm saying? How, and gentrification, or how like that could, it's like a subsequence of having people incarcerated too. Cause when you have these people locked up, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, like, what do y'all know about like, the gentrification, like that's going on around, even over here in Seattle too?
Yeah. I heard Catfish Corner,
Mm-hmm.
some place that I grew up eating all my life. I just remember just like
It's going there.
just going there. I heard it's getting washed out by just prices going up and people can't pay. Even a lot of places around here, a lot of places around the central district area are like getting prices are going up and stuff,
Yeah. What's that?
Catfish Corner is gonna be missed, man.
Yeah.
They got the best tartar sauce, and we ain't even gonna get to talking. Damn. My dad, he know the owner. I don't remember his name. It's tall, bruh. I'm pretty sure he got a beard. Freaking, he's a real cool guy. No, but it all started with me, like Red Apple. And then like I started seeing all these buildings around the central district getting made, and all these other buildings getting taken out, and people start moving, and they can't afford this, they can't afford that, and it's all a con. It's like the people with money will go to these areas, and they already see the vision. They're like, okay, we're gonna just completely remodel this.
Take these people out.
Exactly. Take these people out. Give them a price that we know they've never even seen before. They won't fathom this price, but that's probably half of its actual value.
Right.
Maybe, a little bit less than that, however much. These people, they go for it because they do the research, whatever. They sell it. Now, it's like the whole plan is in effect. These neighborhoods that people have grew up in or about to see, have time in, it's not like, okay, like, it's all going to be remodeled, and it's going to be that dream of, okay, we have this community all come together.
Yeah, like
No, it's going to be a bunch of rich, entitled people from completely different places who are going to come here. And it's not like that's a bad thing, but now think about the school. You got a whole new set of apartments. That could be 1,400 people, living in these apartments, 800, however many people. That's however many students going to be going to these schools. They all got money. And then now you got this segregated group over here going to these certain classes or whatever the hell. They're not really getting too much. It's just gentrification, man. It could go deep. But the main thing I first noticed was with Red Apple, right over there on 23rd and Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started noticing all these extra buildings, all these apartments getting put in. Yeah.
Yeah. One example that I've seen over here in Seattle, being a transplant coming over here, it's kind of nearby my house. Well, I've been driving by it and whatnot. It's in Yesler Terrace. It's like I think the Bryant Manors. So they're like, I've known people who actually lived in there with their families, like for a minute, and then, about a couple months ago, he was telling me, oh man, like they're going to build us new apartments. Right. And I was like, oh, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it sounds good at first. You're like, oh, these new apartments, like, oh, cool. Like you're not going to have to live in these old shabby, rotted like apartments, you know what I'm saying? So you can get up in a new one. And then, next thing you know, they kicked them out their old place and put them in a new one. But by the time they were like done with the building, they couldn't even go back because they're like, oh yeah, no, since we did this new thing, you can't have you here no more. Or you're going to have to pay, like you said, like double the, double the cost or whatever. So where do people go? They go more south, and they push all these minorities, you know, in these groups, and they just push them more south. While these, you know, people from all different areas, like tech groups and whatnot, just come in and, you know, swoop in and just like take their place, you know, like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it's really hard to see and to know personal people that like are being affected by it, because this is like places where you're making memories that you will never get back. You know what I'm saying? And you meet people that you'll never have again. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you guys are getting separated, you know, because of these prices going up and these new infrastructures coming in, and it's just really messed up. You know how they finesse. They're really finessing.
Yeah.
They straight up are finessing people.
In a legal way.
Yeah, in a legal way too. Yep.
Like even when it comes to like house income, stuff like that. If I don't know, I wish it was a lot more easier to get a job at like 15, 16, because you're steady dealing with the battle of, okay, well, this person, they have more experience because they're 18 or 20 and they've been doing this or doing that. And a lot of times, you know, it's that young man who's 15, 16, he's just trying to get this job to help his mom pay these bills.
Right.
Daddy gone, you feel me? You know, going through it in the abyss, you got to do some time for a little bit, you know, or whatever. So it's like, I feel like it should almost be like, you know, like when you rent an apartment, or you got first time buyers, so like you could still be working on your credit, but this is the first apartment you've ever rented. This should be like that with jobs. Yeah, he doesn't, you know, have experience, or this guy has more experience, but at the same time, this guy doesn't have any experience.
Right.
He could have the greatest potential of all time.
Wanted to ask, like, do you feel like you said, do you feel like we should have more jobs for the youth? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as these 15, 16-year-olds are like trying to look for a job because their mom can't afford the rent, so they need somebody else to. What do y'all feel like? What is y'all like thoughts on like?
I would say that we have programs, right, that get people prepared for jobs. So that would mean it's basically the same as it is now, but we start them out earlier. But we're not just going to start them out earlier. We're going to give them training a little bit earlier too. So at like 14, freshman in high school, instead of 15 and a half or 16 years old, at 14 years old, you're going to have job training. Almost, I would say, damn near mandatory. Get them prepped. Show them a little bit how to go and make some money. Next thing you know, you got, you know, households to where that 16-year-old might just be able to buy him a car off the lot. At 16, he went and got his own license. Went and got this. He's, you know, able to help his family, all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the small things like that. And I mean, it would be for the youth too. So it's not like it's going to anything bad.
I agree with you, but I feel like, honestly, it shouldn't even be like that in the first place. We shouldn't be 14 or 15, 16 worrying about getting a job. Like, that shouldn't even be like a top priority with this, like, with the economy, especially here in America, bro. Like, that's the American dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't have to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not even to in an entitlement point. Those years are brain developing years. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you have to learn certain skills. And, you know, while you're getting information, now you know how to work a 9-to-5 job. And then after when you grow up, that's what you know how to do. But I hear what you're saying though on like, I feel like we should have more programs to help develop trades, you know what I'm saying? Or to build skills towards those different types of things so they can, you know, eventually help out, you know, and boost our youth to do that, because that's like child labor, bro. 14, 15, 14, 15, 16, you know, like, and trust me, I've worked, you know, since those ages, and I think you guys have like, you know, tried to get some money like at those ages too, because you guys know that at a young age, this stuff ain't cheap. Nothing is cheap. Nothing is free. You know what I'm saying? Even the air ain't free right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like the youth, we should definitely have more opportunity, especially here in America, and for the minorities, for us to, like to have more jobs. You know what I'm saying? Or, what about you?
Yeah. See, I personally think like we're talking like about like stuff like that, like we can't control.
Right.
So like I think like we can just start off like what we can do like to help, like we're obviously like growing up young ages, like we just gotta like be better, like show everybody the right thing to do instead of like just talking about it. You feel me? Like
generational work.
Yeah, like generational, like do stuff like remember, like I kind of like I don't know, like just like set a good example for people like
Yeah.
that, like, that like look up to you in a way.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure we all have people that look up to us. Like, just set a good example for them people and set to other people. Like, oh, my big brother does. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, put them on.
Yeah, like put them onto like good game because like I know like I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like
Yeah. So you're saying we should partake in more community,
like
help each other out.
like actually like doing it though, like not like actually like just like certain little things that like, oh, he actually did that. Oh, you feel me? Oh, let me do like it starts with like just people looking up to you and then like I don't know.
No, you got it. Yeah. I agree with you on that one. That we do need to work on more community involvement with each other, because it isn't common. It ain't as common as people think it is. It's easier said, like, oh, we need to do this, but when it comes to like down to the bone, people shrivel up and just be like, oh yeah, get secluded and isolated and whatnot, and don't even put their hand out for someone to shake. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with you on that one. For sure.
Oh yeah.
You have any thoughts?
Shoot, I agree with it as well. It all starts with the elders coming down, but there's only certain things that we can control. So it's like it could all even with like a parental role, it all has to do with it starts with their grandparents and how they were raised to where okay, now if you got Papa in the streets, he gets home at however late he get home. Shoot, he's trying to get back in the streets, get that little 2 hours of fun. He ain't trying to play the game no more. So he ends up getting back home at 2, 3 in the morning. He go out, yada yada. He gets caught up doing what he's been doing for so long. He gets locked up now. He's doing however much time, and his time away from his kid, more money out of the household that's not there, which brings me back to, the other point. Why, I feel like we should start, having youngins start, getting into more programs, whether that's just for working or being in a trade, skill sets, learning how to do stuff, but getting paid for it though.
At the same time.
Yeah, but basically just like putting a small, more sense of responsibility on the kid. Because the parents, it comes to a certain point, they're already grown. There's only so much that, they're going to be able to learn and how much they're going to be able to put with and how much of their ego they're holding on to. Versus a kid, it's like, okay, well, we have time to have you hold that torch.
Yeah, like a fresh blank, like a fresh start. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mental health is very significant when it comes to these like discussions too. Because first step that a lot of people need to take is just therapy. Like, therapy is key, what I'm saying, to a lot of stuff. And I feel like we have a lot of generational trauma that we pass down, or that, our older generations have passed down to us, and they affect us abruptly, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we should work towards living more of a healthier lifestyle or healthier mindset, because like, I feel like kind of like the mindset right now of the youth is like, oh, like we gonna crash out. Like this is it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. This is just how it is, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a kill or be killed type of world, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it starts with a small amount of people for like a wildfire to start, you know what I'm saying? For people to understand like mental health is real. You have, and you need, people need to take that seriously, Like I feel like that's a serious note. But
yeah, mental health, that's one of them ones right there. And even with, therapy itself, a lot of people, but it's more times than not, you'll see someone in therapy if they don't have a stable household. Or, it's, you getting, Papa game, but then, or you're not getting the mama game.
Or I feel like people with unstable households don't get therapy, like at all. Because they're in an unstable household. They don't know what to do because no one in the family knows what to do. They don't know what to do. And do y'all feel like our generation is taking like therapy or like mental health seriously?
Nah, I don't. I feel like people just, I kind of see it. I'm just speaking from my personal experience.
Yeah.
I kind of see it like other people, they just want to like be somebody else. They want to be like other people instead of like knowing what they actually like, like knowing what they actually want to do. And like, I mean, that's all people at one point, but like, I feel like, I don't know, it's just getting worse. I feel like it's getting worse as people are getting older. It's like people just want to like, I don't know, they just want to do something because their friend is doing it, or not actually doing it because they enjoy it. So that's
consciously.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, let me just do it. He's doing it, might as well. But like, they won't actually get to understand like what they actually know and what they actually want to do.
Yeah, or like the consequences.
Yeah, like
just doing it. You know what I'm saying? In the first place. Yeah. What about you, Eddie?
So you think I hit the question again?
Do you think like our generation is taking like therapy and mental health seriously right now, or not?
I would say not as much as they should.
Right.
But it all, has to do with, because I'm not really a big believer in necessarily, because therapy, I believe in the word, but going, and this is just strictly for me.
Yeah, no.
But like going out of my way to like go to therapy or going and meeting someone and having them be my therapist, I personally don't feel like that's the best result to or answer to your problems. I feel like a lot of times this is in every household, and this is small tactics that I do without it, fully even being in my household. I could talk to my mom about certain things. I could talk to my dad about certain things. Versus there's certain things I'm going to tell my brother Eddie that, I ain't going to tell none of them. Versus boom, there's certain things that I'm going to talk with my teacher at school about, and I ain't going to talk with anyone over here or over there. I think our generation has a lack of empathy and consideration. And it's just small things like like nowadays people, it's almost out of the norm. If you're walking by and someone's like, in the morning, it's like, hey, good morning. How's it going? Or, hey, how's it going? I like your hair today. I feel that. Or, like you see an old woman carrying groceries. A lot of people ain't going to help her, with, as much as like 10 years ago. Right. Versus a guy, he goes, hey, mama, here, I got you. How's your day going? Shoot, nowadays, mama feared for her life. Who knows? She might be clutching.
Yeah.
She might have some for real. Mama gonna be looking like, damn.
You so groceries.
Yeah. Oh, I would say it's for sure. It all equals down to the same. Yeah, mental health. It's a lack of mental health. It's a lack of consideration and empathy.
What do you think are like some solutions that we could possibly come up with?
Shoot, telling people good morning, asking them how you doing.
Okay.
Letting grandma save their muscles for picking out what groceries we'll do the carrying.
Yeah.
It's really just small things. Thinking of other people. I would, if I found out that a guy helped my mom with her groceries or anything, I'd probably want to get that dude like $20 or so. Me all the way out here in, Seattle, and mom, she in Sacramento. If I heard something like that, I'd probably be that guy's friend. It was like small deeds like that.
Small acts of kindness.
Yeah, exactly. Just small acts of kindness. Who knows that could, have you locked in with your new best friend.
Right.
We all had to, everybody here, their best friend, we had to meet that person. And that was probably through an act of kindness.
No, I feel that. I feel like acts of kindness do contribute to a lot of stuff, because you'll never know. You'll never know who you're actually talking to, or who you're actually helping out here, and it could benefit you. And like you said, I do agree with that. If I heard someone was helping like my mom out, with some groceries, that makes me be like, oh man, now I'm looking outside like, oh well, who needs help now? I want to help somebody, mom. Just because it's like that's just like the kind of like the domino effect of it all, bro. So I feel like that's a pretty good solution.
Yeah. It all starts with doing what you can as a person to make someone maybe like how you said, if someone did that for your mom, it will make you one. Like maybe you do that for some, like everyone's just started like just doing something good in a day. I feel like that would make the world.
Like if we found a way to push a narrative, we could even put it on a t-shirt. You know how that guy made that funny video, just do it.
Dude.
We could go around and be like, just do something good today. One thing, just do it. Just good.
Something.
Yeah. And that could be the whole narrative. But if we like put that in schools, even made that a meme, all the dumb memes people make nowadays, we made that a meme.
Yeah, we could
just do it.
Skit, something.
Just do one good thing today that, you could tell somebody and you'd smile,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm. Oh, I fuck with that one. I ain't gonna lie.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I just got into like, what's it called? The flow state when I started talking about that.
The Avatar state real quick.
Yeah, I just locked in fully like.
Nah, for sure. One thing I did want to talk about too was like racial biases and like with police and whatnot. And I wanted to like kind of hear what y'all like personal experiences on it first, and then like go over like how like maybe it affects everyone else who's like been through something like that.
I personally, me personally, I never had a bad experience with police because I just feel like it's always been like molded into me to like just be on my best behavior, or be on 10, or be aware of when the police are around, to not even get in conflict with the police,
Right.
or even something bad for me to happen. So I just feel like I don't know, that's how I grew up. I grew up after my dad was in jail, so I just always never just wanted no part. So
Right.
every time, or just even not even when the police are around. So I just like, and me just what would I not do if the police are around? That determines like
Who you are.
Yeah, not even who I am, but like I know how fast that can like ruin someone's life and put a life on pause. I don't want my life to go on pause. I don't want to be away from my family. So just like try to stay on 10, or just try to just do the right thing.
Right.
You feel me?
At all times.
Every time feeling,
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm the same way. Freaking, I've had good and bad experiences too, though.
Yeah.
Like, let me think. A good experience. Freaking, this was actually around New Year's time. These girls. It wasn't nothing crazy, but these girls get together and see everyone already get to smile when we talk about these girls. Hey, it get real in that field. We do this for reals, not for trills. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
Thrills. But we are chilling. It's me, it's my brother Eddie, my homeboy Gavin, and my guy Romeo. A bunch of ladies over there. We all cooling. Gavin ends up losing his phone. They get to arguing. Yada, yada, yada. Everybody gets to going. These girls, they get to, you need to go check your homeboy. He talking crazy. Listen.
Oh, no.
Y'all got that. I'm not in this. Y'all go do whatever over there. Eventually, this guy comes out to cut. I guess people was leaning on his car. Now he's trying to fight everybody. So I'm like, oh, okay, you macho man over there. That's you, ain't you? So time goes by, probably about like 5 minutes. Eventually, about 15 of the boys pull up with their flashlights. They're not in their cars. They just pull up. Hey, what's everybody over here doing?
All right.
Let me know right now. I'm like, shoot. It's actually hilarious because my mom, she just smashes right through the alleyway like perfect timing, like Superwoman. It ain't gonna sound real, y'all. My life is crazy. So boom. My mom pulls up. We hurry up. We get to the car. She just hurries up, tells him, hey, I'm just getting my boys, this and this. We're just gonna leave. He's like, okay, ma'am. Thank you for telling us. Let's just get everybody out of here. We heard some confrontation going. Me, my boy Gavin, my boy Romeo, and my mom and her friend Shannon just hurried up, got the hell up out of there. That was one of my more chill experiences with cops. They came to the scene, tried to see what was going on, realized it's just a bunch of young folks arguing. It all de-escalated as soon as they got there. There was nothing to really, be a deterrent. So that was one of my good experiences. And I've had a good amount of bad experiences. That's a good one. I've had a good amount of bad experiences. But one of the ones that has stuck with me, and I can still laugh about to this day. I don't think this was racism. I don't think this was anything. I just think this person was a DI, Yeah, I ain't gonna finish that. He wasn't the best, though. I'm just going to school, regular day. This was around the time when baggy clothes was the thing to be wearing. This was, had the extra large polo puffer jacket on, had the nice 501s. Oh, man, if they was doing it with the Timberlands. I had the butters. Indeed. Butters. So I'm just walking to school regular day. I went to Sylvester Middle School. This was in Berea. I was in 7th grade at the time. And I'm just going, and I'm feeling it. I got my headphones in. I'm walking. At the time, I don't do this no more. Not in broad daylight, but I'm just jamming, just getting into my music. I don't give a damn who looking. I'm in my mode.
Shucking and driving.
And the boys, they're just driving past me regular. No sirens on nothing, but it was raining at the time, and there was a big old puddle right to the next to me. There's a lot more worse ones, but we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep the vibes, smiley right now. We're gonna keep them where we left it at. I'm just walking, and this puddle that I was just talking about, there, here we go, boom, boom, smash right past the puddle, completely splashed your whole outfit. I'm pissed. I'm hot. In my head, I'm like, man, this damn racist old cop, man, I'm hot. But really, the guy probably just wanted to have some damn fun. Happened to be, just a cold piece. But yeah, I've had good and bad experiences with the boys, but yeah, for sure, they'll hold a toll on you. I make the best with, a lot of things that come to me, but who knows, that one kid, they could have wet his whole fit. You just would have been done with life for the day. Glitter. Who knows? I could have went goes home to tell his dad, oh, dad's not there. Calls his mom don't answer the phone. You know what? I'm done with life. Kid goes, takes his own life, does something crazy. Who knows what that could have done to my day? That's the whole moral of the story. Wasn't too crazy, wasn't nothing that serious, but who knows what I could have had going. But anyway, I had great and bad experiences with cops.
Yeah, for sure. I could agree. I had good and bad. One of my worst experiences was like I was walking one time. It was late at night. I didn't know. I was just out, just kicking it, and I wasn't I wasn't kicking it with anyone particular. I'm like going home. I'm like on my way home, and I was just chilling. Like I'm hearing all the music. Everyone's outside. Everything's cool. And then I kept walking and whatnot, and then I get blurred. I'm walking. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I'm like, it's not me. Like shit. Like, oh, I ain't got nothing to do. Ain't no, I already did it. And then it's like, stop moving. I'm like, oh, all right, over. Like, it's over. My heart sank to my stomach, bro. And I turned around and I was like, what did I do? What's happening? And then they instantly, because like, I took my hands out of my pockets and they thought I had something.
Oh, hell.
And then they tackled me. And I hit my face on the ground. Smooth on the ground. I was like, what? Like, I'm like, I'm hurt, bro. I'm like, bro, what's happening? Next thing you know, they were looking for somebody that had, I guess, looked like me. Quote unquote.
They gonna say that it was you every time.
Like, bro, I don't look, bro. I was so confused because I knew I didn't do anything because I'm leaving my friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a whole different situation. 2 cops come over and just start handling me, bro. And then like they identify me, and then they realize I wasn't that person. And then like they instantly started regretting stuff. Like, yeah. They just started just BSing. And I'm just like, okay, like that was racist as hell. Because like you're just picking any dude now. You just like, oh, he looks like who we think he is. Oh, let's get him. Oh, this might be something in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I had nothing on me but my, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that could have ended way worse. I could have got shot that night because they thought I was somebody else or anything like that, for racial profile. And then they offered me a ride home because I'm hurt, bro. I had like concussion and a little black eye, bro. Like I was not okay, bro. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And then the cold part, I don't even think they gave me a case number, like when they dropped me off, bro. So I think that was something too. So it was just like, that was one of my worst. And I was just like, man, F these cops, bro. Like I'm done. Like, and then I was so mad. I was so mad at that time because I knew like I had nothing to do with that. Like anything. I was having a good time.
Then learn to sizzle.
Cool and looking around, enjoying the scenery, just getting outside. But then like that, you know what I'm saying, something just happened. So I feel like that was one of my worst experiences with police. And don't get me wrong, like I've had some good experiences, like, or like not bad experiences.
Yeah, I won't even say good, but like
it's not like I'm dapping up the police, like, hey, let's play some ball. Like, nah, bro, like it's nothing like that. But it's like times when maybe I was stranded, you know what I'm saying, and they'll like, maybe give me a ride home or something. You feel me? Because like I remember when I was really young, I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. You know where it is, but it's like you not supposed to be. Oh, they know. They know. Not planning you over there at all. And you ain't got no way home. Ain't nobody gonna drop you off, and you just straight. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, bro, I was young, bro. I was probably like 12, 13. And the cop, I think he knew I was really young. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, like, he stopped by. He actually was just checking in on me. I thought I was scared. My dad told me, he's like, don't talk, know your rights, you know what I'm saying? And just keep going. But I didn't know what to do. I froze up. And then he told me, he asked me, he's like, oh, like, are you good? You know, it's like, man, I'm just like a long way from home. He's like, well, where do you live? And I told him where I lived at. He's like, so he called somebody and was like, hey, blurping in this whatever. He's like, basically, I'm gonna take this kid home, and he took me home, bro. He got me home safe. So I feel like, it's good and bad. It really depends on like who that person is and what they feel like with the authority is, if they feel like they're above the law, or if they abide by the law. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a fine line, between those two things. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, some people do abuse their power and authority. So that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Power and over people.
A lot of times it really don't even be that gun. It be that badge. That same person, if they didn't have that badge, they wouldn't up that fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a clip right there. They're gonna laugh at that. I said they wouldn't up that fire.
Yeah.
Nah, not real though. That's what's a cool case about it. You go and you go through this training, and it's the way that whole system is. Where I feel like actually you should go and you should do that talk with them. A lot of people in here didn't know. David, his first video that he had that he dropped for the channel, we actually got to get Seattle Police Department that want him to come and do a meeting in for him. So if you ask me, that's pretty damn dope. And once we get that going, that's a start in some type of movement, to get us going.
Mm-hmm.
That's our first step right there.
Yeah, like just like it reaching out to that to them and letting them hear that is great. You know what I'm saying? It's a real good starter. And I appreciate you for acknowledging that.
You already know.
Shout out to the big homie. Shout out to the big homie though.
Oh yeah, come on. We got him in the back. We'll have his name at the end and let's see what happened to Cam.
Put in the credits or something like that.
in the credits.
It's starring, something like that.
Well, shoot. What other topics do we got? Yeah, if I had the opportunity, to redo my own, project, I would start off, getting straight with the community that I feel most comfortable with. And that'd be the Central District in Washington. I'd go straight to Garfield High School. I'd give them a whole rundown on, I think that I would try to start out with like music at first, with like a music program going. And I would just kind of give them a rundown, and who knows, it could maybe even be the same group here. And I would just ask if I could go to small things first, like basketball games, football games. And who knows, maybe at halftime, let's just say, and this is all very simplified, as simplified as it could be. But at the halftime of these games, with this music stuff, we do a show, a free show to everybody. Who knows, the word starts getting around some more. Now we got people actually chasing their dreams. And on top of that, they're just getting with their community. It's mainly going to be people at their school talking about, hey, man, you killed it at the show, this and this. That may lead to some other schools. Now, we may be able to collab with some rich people or, some people who could maybe help with some funding. Now we could actually go and perform at an actual venue or somewhere else. And now we got our own gear to represent that purpose. I'd start personally at Garfield High School. I feel like there's a lot of resources there that will help me. So I would have them come in and understand that this isn't just, all laughs and giggles. You don't just come in here and freestyle. The track that you wanted to be on the Carter 3 is not going to be on here. There's going to be no profanity, no misogyny. It's all going to be, it could really be any genre. It could be any and every genre. But my main thing, no misogyny, no profanity. This is a song that your mom could comfortably write and be like, okay, damn, son. Oh, I like how you did that right there. And it would be specifically for the youth. You can't, anything past 18, you're done. Past a senior in high school, you're done. That's as far as it goes for this program. And yeah.
If I was to operate my own project or my own program, I would definitely incorporate different types of artistic groups. I wouldn't just I would include music, but I also include people who like to draw. Also, people who would like to just in any expressive format to just create. I would also include different funding programs for taking trips to based upon which artistic group they were in. I would definitely include that. Maybe taking them on some field trips. I fuck with the idea of like a concert Definitely meeting like public figures too. I definitely include that. How I would start this project would be probably like, just like as many sessions as we had here, whatnot. I definitely would put, definitely would have different artistic. Like I would want my group to be more of a creative,
Diverse.
creative and diverse type of like ordeal. I would have maybe like the music group make at least 3 songs, of their own, that with certain different topics. It wouldn't just be like anything. You know what I'm saying? But it would, be like, let's make music about like, empowering, youth empowerment. Like, how would that look? How would I break that down? And also, just bring in certain guests, people that we would, that would be speaking, and trying to influence us or influence the group as much as possible. You would have, we'd have like, healing through art, and get the chance to perform at the same time. If that's what the group decides, or if they don't want to perform, that's also an option too. Um, and then, but also, I would also have a program where set aside the creative format. It'd just be like our own personal program where, like a wellness check-in, like a wellness group, basically, just so whatever whatever happens in the group, stays in the group, and we build a bond within each other and trust. And it could be projectile type of movement to move forward with it. You know what I'm saying? Have different like lessons or whatever, but make it engaging, not just like, oh, well, come to wellness group, like, oh, talk about how you feel, because not everybody's going to want to talk about like how they feel. So like also I'll include like we'll have that time, but also like we'll have like just different activities, just certain like fun activities just to have, the kids
Like GTLC.
yeah,
I don't want mine to be like GTLC.
yeah. I'll do it in a larger group, like for sure. I'll definitely more engaging, like maybe physically engaging too, because I feel like sitting around all day, people are just gonna get tired, get bored, be wanting to like think of stuff, do stuff, and just sleep. But if you get them to like actively do something, like they'll be like, oh man, like this is something to do hands on. So I'd have some hands on learning. Um, that's all I could think of like as of right now. But that's how I live for you right now.
Kind of like piggybacking off you. I would do like something fun for the kids that they want to do at first. Maybe not first, but like while doing something like positive.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll kind of like make it to where like it's like kind of cool to go there, because I know how kids like will not want to do something because like the cool kids aren't doing it, or I'll just make it like for everyone wants to do it, but also making it cool to be nice or cool to be, because now when you grow up, like, just like kids are going to be mean, kids are going to mean. That's kind of what people adapt to, is what being cool is, because like you won't really know until you step away from it, or
And then you're like,
oh well, that's like not normal. I wouldn't do that at home,
yeah,
You wouldn't know until you like, so I'll just make it like, I'll do like young kids, probably like young kids, and just make it. I'll just make it the thing for like people wanting to come to my thing, and it's like all positive things, like do things like that you like, but make sure it's positive way, like all like no, just fun. No. But nah, I think it'll be optional, but I think we'll have like, I think it'll probably be like a big center, like kids to come, but like we have all type of time where we all like everyone just comes together and just have like time to agree, see how friends are doing, people are doing around you.
Man,
I building the community.
they had late night.
Yeah.
What you know about late night?
yes, bro.
It's not the same,
bro. For real?
It ain't the same.
Right, late night is like, I was like over.
Late night, like 4 something years ago. This was probably the greatest time of my life. I'll never get to feel this again. I'm never feel happy again. Like not like that. Like damn, life's over. Nah, but about like on the real, like this was me in my prime. Like I sit there, I look back. It was everything you could have wanted it to be. You had the homeboys there. You had this. Yeah, you might run into some problems, but that's just, you want to be with the problem makers. If you want to be with the problem solvers, it's just like that anywhere you go. But there was more community. And even with like GTLC, GCC, Garfield Community Center, Garfield Teen and Life Center, bruh, damn, Miss Kiki, everybody, George.
Driving hurt, man. George, bro.
All them people, man, damn. They would do like small things, like they'll take us to the movies on the weekend. Man, they even took me fishing. But then I got banned from fishing because I got scared of the fish and I dropped the whole fishing rod in the lake. So boom, they told me I couldn't fish no more, but I wasn't tripping. It wasn't really my thing anyway. But yeah, like, they would just do so much cool stuff. Take everybody out to the park, bring a football. Even, guys and girls. Now we all got to go and play one-on-ones out there. It was just dope. More community. If we push that more, I'm not going to lie. That's my answer. We give it to community. We push that more. It's going to take somebody.
Yeah.
I gotta stop doing it. Like the Secret Service, the Secret Service. We got a 10-4.
I know the deal, man. Put that right here. Jump off that shit.
Don't try to.
No, leave that there. Nah, it just be like, damn.